Family, what is up? It's your boy Providence, and today I wanted to look at a tweet that Candace Owens just put up. Now, when it comes to Candace Owens, I fall on two sides of the spectrum. Sometimes I hear her speak, and sometimes I'm like, man, she makes a lot of sense. And sometimes I hear her speak, and I go, what in the world is she talking about? I think this tweet falls on the spectrum of the latter. I think that one thing that I see a lot is people choosing to believe conspiracy and things without evidence than actually just believing historic facts. Candace Owens said gangster rap was never black culture. It was created by the feds who proferred deals to homosexual black men in prison and then turned them into artificial celebrities. The goal was to create false idols to destroy black American values. I will never change my mind on this. Usually when somebody says something like that, I will never change my mind on this, that basically means it doesn't matter what the evidence says, it doesn't matter what data you could pull out, it doesn't matter if you have some of the same people who are alive today that started gangster rap. If they even dispute what I have to say, I'm not gonna believe it because I am determined to believe this. Whenever someone says I'm just determined to believe something, you basically can't have a conversation with that person. You basically can't show that person that they're wrong. They're stuck in their ways, their pride, and they're just gonna believe what they want to believe. And that's what I see a lot with people who just believe conspiracy theories about things. It doesn't matter the facts, the data, they just want to believe what they want to believe. So let's look at this tweet. Looking at the tweet, she says gangster rap was created by the feds who proferred deals to homosexual black men in prison and then turned them into artificial celebrities. But when we look at the history of gangster rap, it's widely believed that Ice-T is the father of gangster rap, and Ice-T basically says he was inspired by this rapper called Schoolie D. So I want to know if those are the two celebrities that kind of sparked and created gangster rap, which one of those were approached by the feds and which one of those guys are homosexual black men. I mean, we also understand NWA to be a rap group that kind of pushed gangster rap right around that same era. You also had Wu-Tang, a lot of these guys, and West Coast kind of, were the group that West Coast was kind of the area where gangster rap was taking off, and we have that being further pushed by Death Row Records, etc., etc. Which one of these guys were the homosexual black men that were approached by the feds coming out of prison and turned into artificial celebrities? Here's the thing that you have to understand. You cannot turn someone into a celebrity. This idea that the feds can somehow just take somebody, make them make gangster rap, and then make an entire culture just accept that person as a rapper is crazy. Like, I think that, to be honest with you, Candace Owens, I think, is trying to defend the black community here by saying, oh, look, this doesn't come from black people, it comes from the feds. But to be honest with you, this just ends up being an insult to black people because it's basically saying we got duped by the feds into popularizing a particular type of subgenre of rap, when in reality, it was just hoisted upon us by the feds, even though that genre of hip hop, gangster rap, is critical of the feds, critical of the police. NWA, who is seen in that whole quote unquote gangster rap movement, literally wrote a song called F the Police. And so now we're supposed to believe the feds kind of took these guys, made these guys famous, and at the same time popularized the music to where millions of black people, non-black people were listening to it, such that it kind of became a part of the culture, whether we like it or not. And I think that we can be critical of gangster rap in a lot of ways, but I think it's indisputable that it became a part of the culture. But somehow we were duped by the feds into believing it. That doesn't make any sense, right? We can't properly take accountability for what it is, gangster rap, and sometimes hip hop in general, the detriment that it has on our communities, if we don't acknowledge the fact that, look, we're the ones that perpetrated it. To be honest with you, this statement in and of itself kind of doesn't even matter. Because at the end of the day, let's just say this was true. Let's just say it came from the feds. Are the feds still making us make gangster rap? Or are we choosing to make the rap music now apart from what the feds want? Because at the end of the day, whether or not it came from the feds, which I don't believe it did, we adopted it. It became a part of our culture, and we continue to promote it. And we still have a lot of rappers that come from the streets and promote that gangster lifestyle. You could say rap is more deadly than it's ever been. The amount of young rappers dying, getting shot, getting killed. Gangster rap is just as popular as it's ever been. And is that the Fed's fault? Or is that something that we have to own? So at the end of the day, I think that this tweet is nonsense. It's not based on any historical fact or based on any historical data. And the truth be told, even if it was, it doesn't answer for the fact that as a community, we still have a lot to deal with when it comes to the streets and how it intermingles with hip hop. Hip hop is a glorious, I mean, I love hip hop. I love hip hop culture. I think hip hop culture is American culture. I think that it's globalized. It's a very powerful art form, but there are things in the culture that needs to be done away with. Things in the culture that lead to death, imprisonment, self-destruction in our communities, and we need to address that. But what help is it really saying, oh, this came from the feds and it's the feds' fault? That's not historically accurate, nor does it help us for where we are right now. So those are my thoughts on the tweet. If you like this video, please like the video, comment. Thank you guys for listening. This has been Providence. I'll see you guys in the next video.